Hi, welcome to the first actual video that we have today. This is going to be an introductory video, and it's an overview video on marketing, digital marketing, and why you should think about it, why you should consider it if you're not doing that yet in your business, or you've started like using some digital marketing tools in your business, but you don't really have quite the understanding of what works, how it works, and how you put all this together to actually get your results. Because at the end of the day, no matter what you do, when it comes to considering digital marketing, what you want to do is you want to get results. You really just want to get results. That should be your main goal. I hope that is your main goal. Doing a lot of using a lot of digital technology and helping other clients with exactly that. Here's exactly the overview of what's the big picture. What should you know and keep in mind every step along the way. And this is really, I would suggest you go back to this at any point, because this is really the bigger picture, what you do, why you do this, and how this all comes together to actually help you get the result that you want. So let's delve into this, and I have my little PowerPoint presentation or keynote presentation. I'm a Mac user. I hope you excuse that. So yeah, this is one of my team members here, so we're not going to get further into this. Let's talk about digital marketing. Let's talk about marketing in general. When it comes to digital marketing, I'm going to show you a couple of things right now that you're going to see immediately. Digital marketing does not really reinvent marketing. It just reinvents the channels that you're like getting traffic from, getting people from to get to know your brand. So traditional marketing and advertising really was all about radio ads, newspaper ads, billboard ads. You see this over here, television ads, magazine ads, like handouts, flyers, and all this. Even just like meetings, like networking, in-person networking. And those are still good and valuable tools to use for your marketing and even for your advertising, depending on what you do. But when it comes to being very targeted with your audience, and when it comes to being very mindful of your budget that you have, which especially if you are a smaller company, is someone like in a company that just does really not have like a 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 budget a month available, you probably want to look into digital marketing. So how do you do that? So these are traditional ways, as you can see here, I hope you see my pointer, of means of marketing and advertising that have been used for many, many decades. The difference between traditional digital marketing is simply just the channels that you use. As I said before, traditional was the newspaper, the radio, the television, like handouts, whatever. And in the era of digital marketing, you're using other channels. Again, these are channels. I want to emphasize this. So you're using social media platforms. You're using email marketing. You're using something called sales funnels. You're using a lot of different options to present yourself out there. Either like to do like long or short form marketing forms. I'm going to talk about this in a separate video because that's a lot to digest. And how you can use all this to actually get your brand out there. So overall, just to understand traditional marketing and digital marketing, you're just looking at the channels of how you get people into your funnel, into your lead generation system, because ultimately that's what you want to do. You want to get people to know you, like you, and trust you, which means you generate leads, which you turn into prospects, which you turn ultimately into paying customers. You will not turn every single lead into a customer. That has not changed from traditional marketing, but what has changed is the way you target people with digital marketing and advertising efforts. And that's what I'm going to talk about now. So there's a couple of aspects of digital marketing that really help you propel your brand with a fairly small budget. Which that's the first point. The first one is as you can see here, the cost of digital marketing of Facebook ads, Google pay-per-click, PPC, so search ads is what this is called. This is much less than you would pay for traditional marketing and advertising efforts. Now, again, you can use a combination of both, but depending on what your budget is, digital marketing will help you with a cost. In addition to that, digital marketing will help you with being much more targeted. Just give an example of Facebook marketing. Now, users from Facebook have so much information on there, their user behavior, what they like, what they dislike, what they do every day, what they post, who they follow. So all this is available at your fingertips as a digital marketer to cater to people with a product or a service that they really like. So you have the opportunity to get your toothbrush in front of people that actually care about brushing their teeth. And that's just an example. Or like, your health products. Why would you advertise your health products to someone who does not give a damn right now? Or like products specifically for women. Why would you advertise those to men? Yes, when it comes to certain days such as Valentine's Day or upcoming birthday, it does make sense. But overall, you want to be very targeted and focused. This is what Facebook allows you. Facebook allows you to use all this data and advertise very targeted, which has a double positive experience. That has the positive experience for you as an advertiser to reach people that are more likely to be interested in your services, but it also helps you to helps those people, the users out there, the customers, to actually get ads that are relevant for them and not just a ton of stuff that's irrelevant. So it actually has, when you think about it, it has a double positive effect on both the customer and the advertiser. So let's talk about the nitty-gritty of like, how does digital marketing really work? And this is where I want to emphasize you have to have a plan. You have to have a strategy. So this today is about having a strategy. A digital marketing plan is a second tier, which I'm going to talk about in a separate video. That really requires a completely separate video to understand how do you actually put together a digital marketing plan. And I know a lot of you, like hundreds of people have messaged me, hey, can you tell me how to do a digital marketing plan? Yes, I will do this. And I've received so many messages that really, if I replied to every single one of you, I would be like, it would be my main job. And I'm sorry, it's not. So I will do a video. It's going to be very informative and comprehensive, I promise. And you're going to, after that video, will be able to do your own digital marketing plan for your company, for suggesting it to another company. But that's a separate video. So let's go into this. The principle of digital marketing and how you actually use it. So let's have a look in. Here's my pointer. I hope you can see this guy. Let's have a look at your website. So your website is here, and it is somewhere out there in the World Wide Web, which is wonderful. That's like a large pasture where a little naked guinea pig is. And yes, I know that the example is a little bit extreme, but when you come to think about it, it actually is very poignant for two reasons. Unless somebody has your website address, your exact address that you gave them on your business card, or somebody just knows your web address. How do you know that they're going to find you? How do you know that they're going to associate your website address with the services that you provide? Unless you have built some professional reputation. Well, that is exactly what digital marketing and digital distribution of your message does. So your website, unless you do something very specific to get people to find you, is a naked guinea pig out there in the World Wide Web, and people will hardly find you. And no, you can't give 1,000 people your business card and expect that all the 1,000 will find your website. So let's look at how you can do this. So you have, for instance, presence on social media. That can be your personal profile, you as a professional, as well as your business side, for instance, your Facebook page of your business on Facebook, your personal profile on Twitter, your business profile on Twitter, Google+. I know a lot of you will today say, Google Plus is dead. I tend to disagree with that, but that's a whole different discussion, a whole different video. Look at what power Google has, and then you will understand just from that alone that Google Plus is not dead and that you should not underestimate or just ignore it. But that's a separate video. So you have your social media platforms. You put content out there. That should be content that's relevant to what you do, relevant to your profession, to the services or the products that you have. Add value to your customers. That's the first thing you should do. Now, this is relevant because using those social media platforms, you can actually link to your website to help people get to know more about you, to know more about the services that you have and the quality that you have. In combination to that, you can also have presence on other websites, such as having a guest appearance on a blog, having a guest appearance like an interview, just being out there on different social media platforms as well as on different websites. On top of that, what you can do is you can use something called email marketing and messenger marketing, which also helps you basically get back to the people that are interested in you. And when you look at all this, what you're going to see is you're going to see a funnel. You're going to see a lead generation funnel, which is exactly what this is. Now, there's more to a lead generation funnel than this, but in general, what you want to do is you want to use all those different channels to find leads that are like more likely to be interested in your product, and then qualify them in a number of actions that you're going to do in your sales funnel, which I'm going to get into in a second, to actually make them your customer, the customer that's interested in your service or in your product. This is where we come to the lead generation. So you have your different social media channels. Again, you do not have complete control over your social media channel. The social media channel are controlled by the owners of the social media. So LinkedIn, Facebook, and all the others, they control the traffic. They control those social media. So your goal really is, when you look at this slide here, is to get people's attention on those social media. That is your goal, right? You just want to get people's attention. And that alone is one of the hardest parts of this whole strategy. But that's really what you want to do. You want to make yourself get heard. You want to separate yourself and distinguish yourself from all the other people out there. All your competitors that do probably way more boring things and that don't know how to message to their customers. And that's where you're going to make a difference. You're going to have a very clear message, and you're going to use all those channels here. You're just going to use those channels to get the traffic to your website. This one over here. But wait, before you go to your website, there's a couple of things that you can do to actually help you understand your leads, right? They're not customers yet. You want to generate leads. You want to understand your leads, because that's going to help you retarget those leads. And this is where digital technology really is powerful and comes in. You do not have to run ads over and over and over again to find new people. Yes, you will still find new people, but you want to retarget people that are more likely to be interested in what you do based on how they've been responding to your previous ads. Sounds good? Yeah. Okay, I figured that it does. And so here's what you do. You're going to use something, for instance, such as you run an ad, such as a Facebook ad. Let's go with a Facebook ad because they're a really good tool. Then what you're going to do is you're going to connect that Facebook ad with something called a lead generation funnel. Why would you do a lead generation funnel? Here's why. For two reasons. The first one is a lead generation funnel will help you collect information. Name, email address, maybe even like physical address. I would never do physical address. I would just go with the email address. That's enough. And I'm going to, that's for email marketing. That's enough. And a phone number. Ask for a phone number. Honestly, a phone number when it comes to messenger, about advertising, or about messaging is a very powerful tool. Everything goes to mobile. Today, 80% of the traffic is happening on mobile, so never underestimate the power of mobile. So collect the name, the email address, and the phone number. That's what you're going to do with a lead generation funnel. I'm going to have a separate video on a lead generation funnel, because that is a lot of technology that goes into this to set this up. It's actually very simple, and I'm going to have a separate talk on this, but just understand for now, this is a very efficient way to just get people's information, because that's really what's going to help you. Because before you get them to your website, you collect their information, you tell them a little bit more about yourself, that they, learn a little bit more about yourself, maybe that they see the first time or the second time. Hopefully the second time I'm going to show you this in a separate video. But now that they're on your website, you also have their email address, their name, their phone number. You could actually set up email marketing campaigns and messenger marketing campaigns to retarget those people. So what you can do is you can do a way of free marketing and advertising without paying for ads and getting those people to know you, like you, and trust you even better. And all this is really very powerful, because as soon as you understand that social media, they're like the newspaper in the past the radio, the TV, they're all just channels, right? If radio, we call a radio channel a radio channel. It's the same with social media. Facebook is a channel of social media. So just understand that all those are tools, are channels that help you to find people, to find your customers, to generate traffic that goes to your website. So you just get your message out there on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. And modern, there's many modern ones. I'm going to have a separate talk on this one too. You're going to collect information. You want to understand who your customers are. You want to get to know your customers because that's really interesting. Excuse me. Then you want to get them to your website. And you also want to, I hope you see my pointer here, you also want to then retarget them with retargeting ads, for instance, through Facebook, but also email marketing campaigns. And all of this only works if you use analytic tools. And I'm going to go into this in a separate talk, but this is really the power of digital marketing. You combine all of this and you make very informed decisions based on metrics, based on quantitative data. And you analyze this in real time. You see in real time how many people actually see my ad, how many people are actually giving me their name, email, and their phone number. And all that is just, the goal is just to get revenue, right? To increase the revenue of our company. That is the goal. Now, I've focused mainly on the health and beauty industry because I've been spending 12 years in the health and beauty industry. I've been in the biomedical industry, in research, whether it was clinical research, translational research, and basic research. So I understand that industry fairly well. So that's one thing that I've been specializing in. But I've been helping people in other niches, such as like lawyers, electricians. And so in principle, all this works. Once you understand that social media are channels that you just have to get people from your social media into a lead generation funnel, which ultimately leads people to go to your website and get to know you more. And how you contract this, you really are on the best way to increase your revenue. And that's really the goal of what you do. Now, with all this, I want to emphasize, this is a lot of information. This is a lot to take in. When I started learning this, I was pretty overwhelmed. And even now that people tell me I know a lot, trust me, you never know everything. Stay humble because there's always someone who knows things better than you. But most importantly, this should be fun. This video, I know this is a lot, so just take it with a grain of salt because this is a lot of information. You will not understand everything unless you have a background in this. If you have, thank you for watching. I appreciate that. Don't forget to enjoy this. This is an exciting journey. You're about to turn your business into a digital lead generation machine. I'm going to show you a lot of tips and tricks how you do this, both here on Facebook, on YouTube, on our website. Take it slowly. This is going to take a while to understand all this. If you have questions, you can reach out to us. You can reach out to me here on Facebook. Please understand, I receive hundreds of messages, so I won't be able to respond to you in 5 minutes. It might take longer. Then if you have any questions, you can still reach out to us on our website. And super excited for you. Thank you so much for helping me here, launching our brand for our agency. And I look forward to seeing you soon. And never give up. You got this. This is the start of an exciting journey. And I look forward to helping you with taking your business to the digital era. Thank you so much, and goodbye.